long. I was waiting for some specs to come in. I searched high and low on the internet, and I could not find, in any way, shape, or form, the torque specs on, and we're trying to figure out the technical term behind this. It is called the steering gear Pitman shaft housing cover. They need to come up with a better name for that. But let's see. 57 foot-pounds is what we were looking for. And for everybody who was watching the other live video, we found something online that said 300 foot-pounds, and I was like, there is no way, shape, or form that these little bolts could handle 300 foot-pounds. Or pound-foot, whatever. It just would have broke this in half. So I'm really glad I reached out to my buddy. Thank you, Mr. Josh, for sending me over the pictures. That's what I needed. And for anybody who's wanting the proof, there it is, right here. Straight from the man himself. Anyways, yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this back together. I did read up on the adjustment of this. Talks a little bit about free play, and I think I can do it once the actual truck's on, or once it's on the truck, because this is going to come up into the engine compartment a little bit. Basically, you have an Allen key right here. It's to adjust for free play. So right now, I'm having a hard time telling how much free play there is because it's not attached to anything. It seems like it's pretty snug, but once we get it on there, we'll know for sure. One thing that I am looking at, though, is do I put Loctite on these or not? I don't see any on there from the factory. And they do have, it's almost like a Nordlock bolt. You guys can see how the bottom side of this might not show up. But it basically has these little like teeth cut into it, so it's not supposed to back out. It's a pretty cool design. I don't know. Yes, maybe blue Loctite. Hey, you know what? Eventually people join on. Sorry for Fly Eagles Fly. I don't mind talking to myself. It's okay. There's 11 people on here. I do not have any blue Loctite though, so we're gonna go ahead and use some red Loctite. Just a tiny bit. You have a good weekend too, man. It's a little more than I wanted. Shh. Listen, I don't want to have to redo this. If it comes loose for some reason, we'll just put the old Ugga-Dugga on it. It'll be fine. I'm not putting that much on. All right, time to torque this thing down. I'm guessing, I don't know if these are metric or not. I think they are. I'm gonna guess a 13. I'm gonna go to 14. I think I'm wrong. Oh, still wrong. 15? Yep. Okay, what did I say? 57? This is by far my coolest tool. The wind is still absolutely ripping out here as well. Good deal. I learned my lesson with red. If I had some blue, I would probably use it, but I don't. I guess I don't need this yet. I'm just getting snugged up with this guy. I really hope after all this work, everything is functional. And I don't have to take it back apart, because it took a long time to get to this point. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. Okay, now let's go to 57. I'll go ahead and show you guys why this thing is so awesome. So as you're getting closer, you guys are going to see the lights kind of start to go from, I think it starts with red and goes to green. Ugh. Let me go ahead and, well, kind of hard to get a good angle on it. Is that the wind? Yes, it's the wind. Sorry guys, my old shop is, it's rough. Well, I'll go see if I can put a rag on the door and try and make it a little quieter. It's just gonna be bad. I'm sorry. Anyways, here we go. You guys can see the lights starting to go off right there. We're at orange. We want to go all the way. Oh, there we go. So if you're deaf, you can use this torque wrench as well. I'm not deaf. Blind, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. It just lights up and makes noises for you. Okay. All right, there she is. So I really only did this live stream for everybody who may have been watching the first one, because we were trying to figure out what the torque specs on these 4 bolts were. And we got it. So it is back together now. I'm like kind of thinking is a rolling steel coil. Yeah, I avoid those trucks on the freeway. Like, I don't want to be around those in any way, shape, or form. They scare me. It gave a click, then a double click when I was there. It was by far the enemy of the shop. All right, well, I guess that's as far as we can get. Hearing a little bit of clicking right here, which makes me think it could be adjusted just a tiny bit. So I was looking online. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and try and adjust this right now. Let me see what I can find. Forgot what I said. Adjust to Pitman arm free play. Yeah. So I don't think it's supposed to click at all. Which makes me think pushed it in this way. So it actually needs to go farther down, so I have to drive this in. I'm gonna grab some Allen wrenches. I'll be back. Oh boy. May not have the right one. Okay. Now again, these are not tutorials. Just working on it. We still got some clicking. Don't want that. Still clicking. Still clicking. Dang. But like just barely. I need to get a wrench to go ahead and back this off a little bit so I can drive a bit farther. May have been too much. Okay, free play. Still free play. Still free play. I know this doesn't seem very exciting, but what are you? This is a steering gearbox from my GMC. Okay. I think we're there. It does say you're supposed to be able to turn it without a whole lot of resistance. Well, and we can do that. So I'm not gonna finally snug this thing down right here because it says online, Google will tell you guys this, but once it's exactly where it needs to be, this nut right here, you go ahead and crank that down and secure it. But I'm not going to do that until it's on the truck and we have all the wheels on and all that stuff. But I think as far as the actual work on the bench, I think we're done. Which means we are to the phases of putting my truck back together. I could throw the Pitman arm on here right now, but I think that would make it hard to actually like slip it up into place. So we're gonna walk over to the other side of the shop that is way more messy than this side is, because junk has just been piling up around my truck. So we're gonna go ahead and take the tripod over there with us. We'll start to get set up. There's gonna be a little bit of downtime with me bringing tools back and forth. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing together. Originally I was just gonna do like a normal YouTube video on this, but I got a lot going on right now and I don't particularly have a time to put videos together right now. I would like to, but for me to make a video, it probably takes about, I don't know, I want to say 3 hours of editing. Maybe 2 for a video like this, but I don't have time for that right now. Let's see. Giant air filter machines behind me. Those are actually air conditioners. I think one of them's broken. 2 work, kind of. One day I want to tear this shop down. As you guys can tell, it's falling apart. And then we may or may not be putting those on. When cool stuff like that comes across your plate, you just you take it. That's all I did. All right, because that wind needs to calm down. Let's see. Fixing a jet engine, I wish. I like your playground. Thank you. I like it too. Be right back. So taking this thing out was a bear. You guys paint frames. I'm really not an auto shop. I just work on my own stuff. Occasionally, I will take on other projects, like I'm fixing a trailer that's on the other side of that wall right now. Yeah, I have painted frames, but it's not something I do frequently. Okay, who thinks this is going to take me longer than 5 minutes to get up in there? I know it took me a while to finagle it out. Hopefully it doesn't take me as long to get it up in there. My creeper's falling apart. Oh, I think about it. What took me so long was getting those hoses disconnected. Yep. That's not how I did it. I really need to finish installing my big 4-post lift. That would make this 1,000 times better. There we go. Get somewhere. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you something that's slightly disappointing. Should have bought a Ford. Yeah. Yeah, the creepers smoke for sure. But what I'm getting at, got to install this thing before you put it up there, because that Pitman rod sits like right above the frame, and once you have it in place, there is no room for it. So I'll go ahead and bring this down here so you can see. Not sure. Whoa. Not sure how good the lighting's going to be once we actually get down there. Oh, you want to see the bad wheel? All right. So, let me see. Let me flip this camera around. Yeah. So there it is. No room to get anything on there in any way, shape, or form. So it's going to have to come back off. Which means I guess we could probably head back over to the workbench, maybe? I don't know. I might have to put it in the vise. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna have to torque it down. That one gets some serious torque on it. If this wind is starting to get too much, let me know and I'll just turn the camera off. Okay. See if I can get that gearbox out real quick. Be right back. May or may not be the correct method. It'll be in the 70s next week at least. Hopefully. Because this morning when I got out of bed, man, was it cold. Alright. So, I don't know how to tell which way is center on this. I'm trying to figure that one out real quick. There's kind of only one way it can go on there, but it can be rotated in quarters. So here's what I'm gonna try. Ooh. Try making a mess. How about that? I think that's going to be how it has to go. Let me go get the new lock washer nut. Be right back. So this is the one that gets like some pretty serious torque on it. I don't know how you're supposed to. Yeah. Sorry. I know I mumble a lot to myself. It's because I'm just doing some thinking. I don't have a 3/4 inch torque wrench. But I don't have any 1/2 inch drive sockets that'll fit that either. I don't know, this is the one that came off the truck. This was also a direct GM parts bag. If you guys were me, which one would you use? Any input on this one? No, this is different. Where did this come off of? The threads are completely different on this one. Maybe the improved model? Not sure. I'm gonna go grab the other rod that's bent and take a look at it. I'll be right back. That wind is killing me. I'm sorry. I don't know where this came from. Can't think of anything else that would have had something this big on it. This definitely fits on both rods, and this is the bent one. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there. We're not gonna worry about it for now. So I am fairly certain, however, that this is the position that it needs to be in, because this is going to hook up to the steering linkage. You guys can see how we have motion until there and motion until there, which would make sense because that's going to be what turns your wheels. So if you were to rotate it 25% here, so this part's facing that way, and vice versa facing this way, it wouldn't work correctly. So. That's a little better. Now, seeing as I don't have a 3/4 inch torque wrench, I'm just going to give this thing some love with the impact for a little bit. Got a little bit of free play I can hear still. But I am going to grab my phone, where do I put that thing, and look up the torque spec again, because I think it was, I want to say 300. All right. Torque spec on Pitman arm. Just use the joint type. Okay, so it says 184 to 185 pounds. Just in case you couldn't get it right in the middle. Jeez. Always use a calibrated torque wrench for accuracy. Check. Really wish I had a socket that big. Yeah, we're going to drive it down just a little bit more. To good and tight. What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Could definitely go more. We are on setting 4, which is pretty strong. We'll put it down to 3. I think that's going to be pretty good. Don't listen to me, though. All right. We're going to see if we can do this again. Because with that arm on it, it's going to be a lot harder to get into place now. Okay. This poor old truck. But she has been good to me. washer is pretty flat. So I'm glad they sent the new one with the kit. Yep, definitely harder. Almost. Yep, don't fall. Don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay. That. Man, this is really inconvenient. Alright, we got one started. I don't have to worry about it falling on me anymore. Whew. Okay. I'm get the second one. We got number 2. All right. Not dead yet, but it's on there. So anyways. Yeah, we got it together. Torque spec was 57 on those. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because the rest of it's not going to be very interesting. Not that this was super interesting either. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully tonight's the night where I get this thing out of here. gonna have to go get it aligned. But I think I can get it all put back together. So I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your weekend, all that good stuff. And yeah, catch you guys later.